What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan Turford, and it's Monday. You know what that means. Another Let's Play right here on youtube.com/Ryan Turford. That's a slash like this. Of course, today we are playing something really awesome. We are playing Streets of Rage. Now, first of all, would we play anything that's not really awesome on this show? Of course not. We only play awesome games. Again, I am Ryan Turford. I put up new Let's Plays every Monday through Friday, except for Tuesday, which I'm doing Topic Tuesday. This week we're actually doing a review of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, so tune in for that tomorrow. Of course, my reviews and Let's Plays go up at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or noon Pacific if you're one of those West Coasters. If you like this video, like, subscribe, share with all your friends. In case you're wondering what the hell we're playing today with this dude doing this, and it's all crazy, and it's Sega, we're playing Streets of Rage 2 on the Sega Genesis. Even though we're actually playing it on the PC Sega Classics collection on Steam, using our trusty PS4 controller. Again, you could actually pull a, play this on Xbox 360 or PS3 as well as the Sega Genesis if you are one of those lucky few who still has a Streets of Rage cartridge, which are pretty hard to find. So we're just going to play single player today. Of course, first of all, there are 4 different characters you can select, all with different attributes and abilities. Some of them are really slow, some of them don't jump very high. Of course, we always choose Blaze. Why? Number 1. She is the average character of all, she's got all the average stats. But number 2, she is the female. And of course, if you know me, when given the choice, I always play the female in video games. So, in case you've never played Streets of Rage before, it is a 2D side-scrolling game. Mostly has really awesome co-op, and it's really known for great co-op play. Again, it started out as an arcade game called Bare Knuckle. That was the original Streets of Rage, and eventually it came to the Genesis as well. It was part of the Sega CD collection as well. Streets of Rage 2, though, came along a little bit later. But again, one of the nice things about Streets of Rage that makes it hold up, though, is the fact that it's not really like a quarter-munching game, in the sense that it's not a game specifically designed around eating your quarters in the same light as, say, the Konami license games of the 1980s, where those were really notorious for eating your quarters, where Streets of Rage is sort of a more laid-back game, and it's one that really stands the test of time anyways. I remember, back in the day, me and my little brothers, my little brother and my older brother, Kyle and Corey, we would play this game all the fucking time, man. We used to love Streets of Rage 2. Again, it's really fun to play. Again, the combat's very fair, at least I think so anyways. Again, it's not like, say, the Turtles arcade game where you're basically jump kicking half the guys, or doing the 2-hit combo attack, which is both buttons at the same time in order to survive. I mean, you don't have to do that in this game. Streets of Rage is kind of cool as well because you get a lot of cool weapons. My favorite, of course, is the katana, but we have the lead pipe, which is probably my second favorite. Lead pipe, very useful against all of these guys in the first level. And this level is pretty easy, so we really don't have to worry about this. We're playing on this on normal. I didn't throw it on hard or anything like that. Generally, the harder difficulty is a lot easier to manage if you have 2 players, which, again, I'm just playing by myself today, so it's a little bit more difficult with 1 person. So, of course, we're just going to town with these guys on this lead pipe. But eventually, we will lose the lead pipe if we drop it a certain number of times, whether we grab enemies or whatnot, or we get knocked over, like that. Of course, if you drop it a few times, I think it's 3 times, you will lose the lead pipe. And the same goes with all the other items as well. So first of all, the one thing that's most apparent about Streets of Rage, and the one thing that a lot of people know Streets of Rage for, is the fantastic music and art design. Again, just look at how good this game looks, even though this game came out in 1992. It looks so cool. It's got a great art style associated with it, and the music is fantastic. Probably my favorite Genesis soundtrack. Probably second favorite would be Alien 3 on the Sega Genesis, which is an odd choice, I know, but the soundtrack in that game is fantastic as well. It's a miracle that that game even exists on the Sega Genesis, just like Streets of Rage, because the music in Streets of Rage is so good. One of the problem with Genesis games, and the reason why we don't have a lot of Genesis games with great music, the same way as we did on the Super Nintendo, is unfortunately the sound chip on the Sega Genesis was not great. It was very difficult to program music for, and for the most part was not easy to put music onto. So for something like this to exist, or let's say the Sonic soundtracks are good as well, or like Alien 3, for example, I mean, it's just amazing. Again, if you're a Sega kid like I am, it was sort of tough going with games with music back in the day, at least until we got the Sega CD. But of course, the music, was the least of the Sega CD's problems, along with games that no one liked, except me. I actually really like my Sega CD. Again, just the music in this game, like, in all the different levels, again, the music always changes depending on what level you're in. Perfectly fits the mood of this particular, like, dusky, bar that we've gone into now. Just so cool. So yes, we're beating up yellow signals and red signals. Everyone has their own name, even if they're really, really dumb names, like red signal or yellow signal. But it just again, when you get further in the game, basically, you basically fight a bunch of carbon copies of all the enemies that you fought throughout the game. But for the most part, you're sort of killing all these guys at the beginning. You're getting to learn all their names. You're like, oh, that's Donovan right there with the shaved head, or Galzia. Oh man, so cool. Of course, we're picking up the bags of money because that'll get us closer to free lives. We don't really care about points because, I mean, it's not like we're point racing or anything like that. People still do that, but for the most part, it's more about speedrunning, if anything, when it comes to Streets of Rage these days. Also, check out that bartender back there. He's having a lot of fun with that bottle, huh? Of course, here we're fighting Electra. I probably don't need to tell you why her name is Electra. I mean, if she uses her whip, you'll find out. Of course, most of the bosses, or the mini-bosses anyways, we can actually throw just by walking up to them and picking them up. And again, throws actually do a lot of damage in this game, so you do want to take advantage of that. But yeah, if you've never played Streets of Rage before, I think that actually the PC version or the Xbox 360 or PS3 versions of Streets of Rage are good ways to get into it. Also, if you own the Streets of Rage collection on Xbox 360, you can actually play it on Xbox One, which is pretty cool. I unfortunately do not have that, but I have it on PC, so that's why we're playing the PC version, not on Xbox One. Since, as you guys probably have guessed, I mostly do a lot of my game playing on Xbox One. I like PC gaming, and actually, as you can probably tell from a few of the Let's Plays we've done over the last couple weeks, I've been playing more PC games lately. That and Fire Emblem Awakening, but that is a tale for another day or another show. Or sorry, Fire Emblem Fates. What am I doing? So of course we're fighting Barbon here. I probably don't need to tell you why his name is Barbon, because he works in a bar, and he's a bartender. And for some reason they decided to put Bon at the end of his name to make it sound like his name isn't just Bar. Oh man, I just love, even though like this game is supposed to be really serious, or it's supposed to have a serious tone to it, I just love the fact that they will to totally have fun with it. I mean, once we get to stage 3, you'll get to see that fun at work. So of course, basically what we're trying to do is sort of keep away from him and have him come to us. I just love the set piece where you're in the rain, and then just the music that plays along with it just totally fits it. It's so cool. So we've completed stage 1. We are now moving on to stage 2. First of all, this stage actually probably has my favorite music in the whole game. And just looking at the lights in the city in the background, along with this music, it's just so cool. Again, I can't even begin to imagine just how many hours me and my two brothers really put into Streets of Rage as kids. Again, it's one of the best two-player co-op experiences you'll have on the Sega Genesis, for sure, or even on any kind of a console, because, again, these beat-em-up games were mostly designed to eat your quarters, so that meant that they had extreme difficulty spikes, or gave you some kind of player handicap to cause you to die and then use quarters. So, of course, we're going to pick up this apple. Of course, why not pick up an apple that's in a barrel and eat it? That right there is brawler logic. Of course, it doesn't make a lot of sense because obviously if you find a barrel on a bridge, probably shouldn't eat food that's in it because you might die. Also, yes, these motorcycles are annoying. They do explode though if we knock the guys off the motorcycles, and they can actually hurt the enemies as well. So we want to sort of use that to our advantage. Of course, they're throwing really pathetic looking hand grenades. Ooh, another lead pipe. Thank you. My lead pipe. Alright, so we lost the lead pipe again, but that's okay. We got this. This guy's name is Fog. He's a shirtless motorcycle rider with tiger-colored pants. Yeah. That's a thing that exists in this game. Of course, the green version of Fog is Blade. Why? Because he likes vampires. I don't know. So, of course, he threw us in the barrel. We're going to grab this turkey, which will get us back to full health. Of course, I'm not going to really bother with the lead pipe because we're going to lose it as soon as we kill this guy here. So, no real reason to go for it. Alright, so now we're on the inside of the truck, and of course the guys are like, "Rah!" They're like, you gotta fight. So of course we got this dude that knows martial arts. Hakuyo. I'm probably butchering the name. Of course I butcher all Japanese names. Not on purpose, it just comes out that way. Of course, if all the items that I'm basically destroying in the environment that have nothing in them, basically if you were playing two-player mode, would have something in them. It's just, since there's only one of me, they only need to give me one of the items instead of two. So now we got Ryukukuru. He's the other martial artist dude. He's like the upgraded version of him. Also, thank God these guys were just hanging out in the back with a lead pipe, because we could just easily take them out. Now, of course, we're back to full health. That spin kick is actually one of Blaze's special moves. If we use this special move, we'll, like that, we actually lose health if it connects with an enemy. So that, generally, we only really use them if we really need to. So, she also has this, which is a fireball. Again, we don't really use them, though, unless we have to. Like, you might see me use them on this boss or something. So now we've upgraded. We've got Gonzalez. And he's got sunglasses on. He's a bald dude with sunglasses. And of course, someone's got to get these guys shirts, man. There are so many shirtless dudes. Alright, so now we got our third set of this. We got Surger. Oh, man. He's got slightly more health than the other two guys, I guess. Boom. He, like, punched me once. He was like, eh. So we're gonna basically get the turkey out of the container. Again, they don't actually, the items don't despawn until we beat the boss. This boss, first of all, has a jetpack, first of all, aptly named, as most of the enemies in this game, can only be hit if you are jump kicking. So that is the reason why we are doing the jump kicks, to try and kill Jet. Of course, we want to kill these sunglasses dudes if we can, just to get them off screen. Boom, suplex! And again, Jet's got temporary invincibility if you basically hit him at a certain time. So we want to sort of want to hit once, get back, let him sort of come to us. And yes, it actually is a him, not a her. I know this seems terribly exciting, folks. Again, the city skyline in the background looks so cool, though. I could just gush all day about the art design and the music in this game. Boom! We have defeated Jet. We are moving on to stage 3 now, otherwise known as the third stage. And if you thought this game was grounded in reality, it's about to go off the rails. Of course, Stage 3's music is no slouch to Stage 2. Yes, we're at Disney World, because why not? Some weird version of, like, Tokyo Disney. And yes, we're going to go on some rides. Of course, this level is really, really awesome. I just love the fact that now this is them totally having fun with it. Again, it doesn't really need to make sense to be fun. Whack. Oh, we got BT now. And of course we got Zed. Oh man. These enemies, they're so cool. Boom. Suplex. Again, we were going to lose our lead pipe anyways. We're just safely walking to this multicolored building. Of course, it's an arcade with Bare Knuckle, aka Streets of Rage 1. Again, this is back when arcades actually existed, which is so long ago. Except for in Japan. If you go to Japan, actually, arcades are everywhere. And Sega actually owns a lot of arcades there, which is actually really cool to actually see sort of arcades alive and well. So, of course, we got Axil. He's the green signal. Of course, why they couldn't just call him Green Signal, I don't know. Of course, that yellow signal over there is just having fun with that arcade game. Oh, his name's Mavin. I'm sorry. He's been upgraded from yellow signal. He's now Mavin. My bad. We'll just go attack this green signal. And yes, very confusing because, first of all, there's the green signal that had his own name. And now we're just fighting the green signal that's green signal. It's dumb, man. It's just like when you play like Diablo and all the enemies are basically like off-color versions of the same enemy, but they have different names. But then you'll fight like some of the versions that are special. It's just like, come on, can't they all just have the same name? Alright, now we got a Galazia who wants to come at us. And yes, there is a fire siren going on in the background. Of course, if you missed some of my other Let's Plays, or if you haven't watched any of the ones where the sirens go off, I live across the street from a firehouse, so sometimes that does happen. Also, these yellow signals and red signals have a lot of health this time around. They've been upgraded, one would say. Despite the fact that they are still impervious to being thrown, which is good. So, in case you're wondering what ride that we're going on, it shouldn't really be much of a mystery anymore. We got these barrels. It's very piratey looking, and there's the sign over there that says Pirates. So, guess what ride we're going on? We're going on Pirates of the Caribbean. Why? Because why not? Because Pirates of the Caribbean... First of all, this was before the movie was popular, so this game would generally the guys from Sega are like, hey, you know what's a cool ride? Pirates of the Caribbean. So let's set a Streets of Rage level there. So of course we're on the pirate ship. The pirate ship is going through the Pirate Bay again. If you've never been on Pirates of the Caribbean before, you ride on a little boat, and then there's actually a bigger pirate ship that sort of fires on you, and it tells you the story of pirates. It's great. It's a cool ride. I haven't been to Disney in so long, though. Not since I was a kid, really. Alright, so now we got two ninjas, because again, what Sega game would be complete without ninjas? we got Kusanagi, and we got Hanzo. Again, the ninja enemies are kind of annoying. They can teleport and sort of jump onto the environment, but we don't have to worry too much about them. And we didn't really get the sword, but we're going to get the sword later, so I'll get to show that off. So, once again, back at Disney World, we're off Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's see what ride we're going on next. Of course, there's a sleeping dude. And that's a really ominous looking ride. Look at those teeth over there. And those crazy eyes. Alright, so now, of course, we're fighting Electra, otherwise known as Little Lisa. And, of course, the knife guy again, Bend. Again, basically, just like any 2D side-scrolling game, you have to... It will challenge you with like the bosses that you fought before. Yes, that Donovan really likes to uppercut me, but if I just went straight at him, bad things would happen. Oh my god, are we actually going to lose a life? Oh my god, we actually lost a life. Well, it had to happen eventually, I suppose. But of course, like any good 2D side-scrolling game, you basically just start in the same spot. Alright, so we killed Little Lisa, and now we just gotta kill Beand. We got one of his knives. It's not nice to play with knives, Beand. You'll get stabbed. So let's go back over here. Of course, he's got like an endless supply of knives, because why not? Again, just a really, really ominous looking door over there. And no, we can't actually throw the knives back at him. Boom. Alright, so now we're going to go on this really, really ominous looking ride. And you might be thinking to yourself, what the hell is this doing at Disney World? This, of course, is an alien-inspired ride. First of all, there actually is an alien-inspired ride at Walt Disney World. It's actually the MGM ride, the Great Movie Ride, as they were called. I don't think it actually exists anymore, but when it did exist, it had sort of side sections of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It had Alien and some other movies. Basically, you would go to, you'd basically sit on the ride, and it just scrolls through sort of different vignettes inspired by the different movies. Of course, it had the alien that popped out, and of course, Ripley hiding around the corner. It was really cool. Scared the pants off of me as a kid, because that was before I sort of watched the original Alien movie. So, of course, it just sort of freaked me out a bit. Now I love the original Alien movie, so it would actually be really cool to go on that ride again. Also, it's funny because Sega actually owns like the gaming rights to Alien now, so it's just funny that this would sort of be like way ahead of the time, anyways, as to Sega developing its Alien games. Of course, I'm trying to keep this sword as much as possible because I like the sword. Also, that big thing on the wall, that's a mini boss. We're about to fight it. And what is it doing in this game? Why are we going to fight a ride? I don't know. Okay, so we're going to sort of basically just stand there, wait for his head to come to us, and then we're just going to sit here and punch it, basically. And yes, what this actually has to do with Disney or Alien, the Alien franchise, I don't know. They just couldn't get the rights to the xenomorph, I guess. So this was the next best thing. A weird-looking head attached to an even weirder-looking spiky neck. And one more should do it. He's not actually the boss, though. There's actually a boss after this. Boom. He's been defeated. Let's just walk through. So, more ninjas. Alright, so we got a sword for the boss, which of course is where we want to be. So here's the boss here. And no, it's not Blanca, despite the fact that it looks exactly like Blanca and he has some of Blanca's moves. This is Zamza. Yes, Zamza. Of course, Zamza is really, really easy if we have the sword, and really annoying if you don't have the sword. Which is why I'm trying to keep the sword as much as we can here. We're going to sort of just keep him at a distance, if we can. Of course, now we actually have to punch him. And yes, if we go for the throw on him, he will throw us instead. And of course, yes, he does the Blanca spin attack at us. But we're not going to have any of that. We're just going to jump kick him. Alright, so we're about to move on to stage 4. And yes, we're still off the rails. This will actually be the last stage we play on this Let's Play. We're going to Sega Stadium. Sega Stadium, of course, a baseball park. And when I say, of course, it has little baseball players on the sign. So, of course, one would assume it is a baseball park where people play baseball. And again, this going along with the theme, like, baseball is actually a big thing in Japan. I was actually just chuckling because it's like Boo! I don't know why that sign's there or what that has to do with anything, but, you know, the more power to them, I suppose. So there's another blue signal there. Do baseball! Do baseball! Oh man, these signs are so good. These Martins, on the other hand, are not. They deserve a lead pipe to the face. It's like Boo! And if you're wondering, are we actually beating up a bunch of homeless dudes who are just hanging out in the park? Shirtless homeless dudes with sunglasses on? The answer is yes. But would we have it any other way? Probably not. So again, more martial arts masters. This is Koshu this time. Boom. And yes, we grab the lead pipe, but it doesn't matter because we can't use it here anyways. So now we're actually inside the stadium. We're actually inside Sega Stadium, guys. Of course, there are signs back there on the bleachers that say audio and nothing else. We got our trusty knife. Hello, hello, people with lead pipes. Thank you for bringing those today. Boom, got them on the crack bag. So, of course, more bags of money. Because why not? Boom, we just got another free life. Again, we're just playing it on normal, and this is actually pretty easy. It used to be way harder as a kid. Now, mind you, if you play co-op, this, of course, is one of those brawlers where if you play co-op, you can hurt your teammate, which, of course, can lead to you yelling at the person you're playing with, saying, "Why the fuck do you keep throwing me?" So we got Shug Q and Metal M. I'm guessing Shug Queen and Metal Maiden? Those are just my guesses as to what the fuck their actual names are. Come on, Shug Queen. Or I guess it could be Surge Queen, because, you know, she uses electricity. Yes, I love the suplex, by the way. God damn it, stop hitting me. Oh man. He just keeps just punching me. And there's not much I can do about it because if I punch the other guy who I was punching would have punched. And yes, this guy, aptly named, is Big Ben. You know, like the clock. He's also really fat, so we can just suplex him. And yes, he totally belly flops us. Because that just likes to make a lot of sense. Let's go over here. Let him come to us. Boom! Suplex. Alright, so now we're going to stand on the diamond here because the baseball diamond is actually an elevator! Oh my god, it makes so much sense. There's gang people underneath Sega Stadium because why not, right? Of course, I just love when they all stand on the same space. Makes our lives so much easier. And yes, his name is Bayataco. Bayataco. Or Bayataco. We should go buy tacos. Of course, we got Garum. Garum is a dude with green hair, I guess. At least he's wearing a shirt. Like, all these dudes with sunglasses are just like, you know what? We're done. We don't need to wear shorts. It's warm outside. And now we got, Hakuyo. Oh no, we died. By the way, if you were in the arcade and you died there, you would have to forfeit over quarters and be all sad because you would lose quarters. Because back in the day, it used to be every time you died, you lost a quarter. So. There, we actually used our special move for once. Alright, so more of these motherfuckers who know Kung Fu. Of course, they can manipulate their chi and do chi attacks, I guess. I don't know. I like just putting them right on top of each other like this. Punching them in the face. So now the elevator moves really, really fucking fast. It's like, you know, okay, I guess we can reach the bottom now. Alright, so now it leads to an underground fighting ring with the Ultimate Warrior, I guess, as the our combatant. His name is Abadidi, or Abadid. Of course, if we actually punch him for too long, he will actually do that attack, and therefore we want to sort of like not sort of finish our combo off. We want to sort of punch him a little bit, but then sort of back away, because again, he'll whack us if we're not careful. Of course, I was actually expecting that he would do less damage than that, but it was actually more damage than I figured. Of course, those dudes are like, "Rrrr." I've got a lot of shirtless fat dudes in the crowd there. All right, let's take this guy out, or he'll suplex us. Boom! We beat Abadidi at his own game in a cage match. Anyways, that's going to do it for this Let's Play of Streets of Rage. What do you guys think about Streets of Rage? Let me know in the comments below. You can also find me on Twitter at Ryan Turford. That's Turford. You can also find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ryan Turford. And last but not least, you can find me on the Game Moose podcast. Just search for Game Moose on iTunes if you want to find us on iTunes. We're also on Facebook at facebook.com/Game Moose podcast. So again, check us out there. We're doing a big special on The Legend of Zelda this week since it is Zelda's 30th anniversary. I'll talk more about that when we do Zelda Wednesday on Wednesday. But until tomorrow, I'm Ryan Turford, and you've been watching a YouTube video right here on youtube.com/Ryan Turford.